What's up guys? It's Super64 here, and I'm making a review today. If you're wondering what's on my hands right now, this is the Thorn Rose plush from Sonic Prime, that new show that that new Sonic show that just came out on Netflix. I think season 2 just released this summer, and I watched both seasons, and it's pretty good. I'm not sure I like it better than Sonic X or Boom. I gotta really rewatch the show more and more to really judge how it is, because I grew up on Sonic X a little bit, so that's my childhood right there. And I do like Sonic Boom, not always, but I think that show is pretty fire, especially season 2. But yeah, this is the keychain. I'll show the picture right here. One of the keychains, Sonic Prime plush toys. It's a whole a collection of them. I didn't get it from Target and stuff, but yeah, I got one of them, and it's Thorn Rose. And yeah, for a keychain plush toy, it looks pretty damn good. I mean, well, some of the details I'm not too big of a fan of, like the print on detail and stuff is a little cheap looking, and I wish they kind of detailed the hands a little better. But for a $7 keychain plush toy that you can buy from the store, it's pretty good. I think most of the other details on plush is actually pretty good. And I looked at the images and videos on the other keychain Sonic plush toys, and they look pretty good, but I feel like Amy's the most detailed out of all of them. So let's get down to the root and review her details and stuff. Alright, and starting off, just looking at the plush and how they captured Thorn Rose from the show, I think this keychain, for its worth, has actually captured the character pretty well. I mean, even the expressions, I know people kind of rag on the keychain plush expressions. They looking like that, I don't know, that emoji with the blank looking face, but I don't know. I mean, on this, I think it fits Thorn Rose's character, and I think that particular expression on Thorn Rose is pretty accurate, to be honest. Starting with her head is pretty soft, kind of made with that minty, soft, plushy material. Really like the way her hair fang is made is pretty good. Really like what they did with her ears. Is pretty well sculpted. I like the depth they gave to her ears, so you can kind of see inside of her ears a little bit. I actually like that little detail a lot, especially on this small keychain plush toy. They could have kind of cheaped out on that one, but they actually did a pretty good job here on her ears. Going down to her eyes, and her eyes is actually pretty well made. They're embroidered on, and I think embroidery on a plush is always A+. I don't know, it just makes the plush really looks good. And, it doesn't worn out as fast if it's like compared to like the some of the older GE plushies. When they print in, when they use printed on eyes, and sometimes that can wear out if you're not too, if you're too rough with it. But embroidery always looks good on plushies, and they did a good job here. I really like the synthetic thing on her eyes. It actually looks pretty good. Other details around her eyes, like the lashes, look pretty good. Overall, the eyes are very well made. And yeah, for a keychain plush toy, actually it looks pretty good. And they did a good job using, I don't know what material they used for the golden design part of her head, but it actually looks pretty good. Yeah. Down to her nose, and her nose looks pretty alright. I don't know what material they use for her nose, but for what it is, it actually looks pretty decent. Did a decent job sculpting her muzzle. It actually looks pretty good, especially it can vary, and unfortunately the quality control and the keychain plush toys can look wildly different from one another, but on this one it actually looks pretty good. So yeah, her mouth part looks pretty alright. I wish they put a little bit more detail on her mouth, but for what, like I said, for what it what it's cost, as a keychain, little keychain. So what it is, the mouth looks pretty alright, and like I said before, the expressions actually fits Thorn Rose's character. Her character's a bit more stoic, a bit more protector of her jungle and stuff, so she has some more of a serious aura. So I think the expression really fits her character well. I like the little designs on her cheeks right here. It really captures her warrior paint and stuff really well. One of my favorite parts about this plush is really the neck area. They really went all out with this one. Like, I really like they put two pieces, and it's actually sculpted very nice around her neck. Really well. They did a really good job on the neck part. I almost forgot, but there's a little, you know, this little piece around her head. And I don't know what it's called. I forgot. I don't know what it's called. I'm not sure they explain that in the show, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And the details on the whatever this is actually pretty nice looking. Down to her body, and her body is actually really well made. Like I said, for a cheap keychain plush toy, yeah, it's actually sculpted very nicely. Really like they added this little detail on her skirt. Looks pretty good, yeah. I know it looks like a cheap flat, but I mean, it actually goes well with the outfit. Her arms are really well stuffed, like, makes her arms look a little bulky, but I don't know. They also look good too, so I'm not complaining. It's stuffed very well, and yeah. I like that he added a little detail around her arm from the show. I kind of wish it was a bit sculpted on a bit. Again, one of the main issues about this plush is the details are mostly printed on, and it can look a little muddy, especially in the shoe area. But it looks all right here. Not complaining too much. Like I said, for the price, for what it is, for the price, it's cheap keychain plush toy. So I don't expect too much, like compared to say GE or even Tomy. Her hands looks pretty decent. I like the little details added here around her gloves, just like in the show. Again, I wish it kind of not went lazy on her hands and actually sculpted in, but it is what it is. But it looks pretty alright for what it is. I'm sorry for keep repeating myself on that, but this is a cheap keychain plush toy, so I can't really expect too much. But the details don't look too bad on this one. It actually looks pretty good. And around her wrist looks pretty good too. Yep. Same thing on this arm. Down to her dress, and her dress looks pretty good. Again, accurate to the show. It actually looks pretty nice. The material is on it's nice. And the details, well printed on, like I said before. But it actually looks pretty nice on her dress. Down to her shoes, and yeah. Now her legs are stuffed pretty well. Like, really stuffed well for a keychain plush toy. It's actually stuffed all around pretty well. But the one gripe I have is the details on her boots. I know it's a cheap keychain plush toy. I just wish it went a little bit better with, around the details around her boots. It looks quite muddy. At least the details, like on her gloves, her skirt. At least there, her details look pretty alright. Pretty good, despite being printed on. But the quality of the print looks pretty muddy on her shoes and even on her chest area. I don't know. I wish they went a bit all out on that one, but I mean, can't ask too much for a cheap keychain toy. But it looks all right. It's not the worst thing in the world. It looks pretty all right. I just wish they went, chose better quality printing for boots. That goes for the back as well. Though on the back it looks a little better. But on this, I just wish they went a bit better on this part. But looks pretty alright. And the back. And I gotta say, I really like this part. This is actually one of my favorite parts about this plush is her hair. The way it's done is really nice. I like how they did her hair. It's really accurate to the show. I really like the little individual strands of hair, along with the little details around around the end of her hair. It actually looks really good. Yeah. Again, I felt like out of all the keychain plush toys, Thorn Rose is actually the one I think they put more detail in. Of course, because the character naturally needs that, but I don't know. They really went all out a little bit on this plush. I like the hair things. Even up here looks pretty damn good. I also like the little detail they added here on her hair. It all looks really good. It really kind of makes this plush look higher quality compared to the other keychain plush toys on this set. It really looks good. Here's the back of her neck area. Again, like I said before, the neck part looks really solid. Along with the hair, like I said, the neck part and their hair looks really good. For what this plush is, it's amazing. Here's her back, and you know, looks pretty alright. You know, this, you know, same detail like on her front. Looks alright. Like I said, wish the printing on or details on the upper part of her dress looks better, but you know, for what it is, it looks alright. Down to the back of her skirt, it looks pretty nice. And here's the back of her boots, and I actually do think the details in the back of her boots looks a little better compared to the front. Like this details right here, yeah, it's printed on again, but it actually looks a bit higher quality compared to the front. So yeah, for what it is, it actually looks pretty good. And here's the bottom of her shoes, and yeah, they didn't add no details on her shoes and stuff, but you know, that's what you expect out of the cheap keychain plush toy, so it's alright for me. Not a big deal. Yep, that's the back of her. Yeah, that's all of her details, and yeah. And here's the tag of Sonic Prime with Prime sign looking pretty damn good. I really like how Prime sign looks. He's so expressive in the show. I really like it. Here's his new drip on his new gloves and shoes. A really good render of Prime Sonic here. Really like it. Here called legal information and stuff. Yeah. It's the back of the tag of the Sonic Prime and all that. Yeah. I don't know why. At first I thought Jakks Pacific made these keychain plush toys, but it's actually PMI who made the keychain plush, you know, keychain plush Sonic Prime toys. So yeah, it's PMI who made this. Yep. And here's the touch tag, Sonic Prime. Oh yep, over here it says PMI again. The company who made the plush keychains. And yeah. Overall, my final thoughts. I think this plushie actually looks the best out of the keychain Sonic Prime plush set. Details on her looks really good, except with the boots. I really don't like the printing on their boots in this one. It looks kind of muddy and low quality. And I wish the details on her body her upper body looks better, but like I said, still looks pretty good. I mean, it's alright for what it is. I do like the details on her face. I think they really captured the expression and the overall aura of Thorn Rose. Which I want to say, I think Thorn Rose is pretty cool. I do like Rusty Rose better, I think. Out of all the different versions of Amy on Sonic Prime, I think Rusty Rose is just my favorite. I just like her more calculated, stoic aura about her, even more so than Thorn Rose. I think Thorn Rose is a little stoic, but she's a bit more wild, especially about her environment. But yeah, like I said before, this plush really captured Thorn Rose's personality really well. Especially on the budget of this plush and the size of it. Like these plushies are probably like 5 to 6 inches tall. They're even smaller than the small Sonic Boom plushies. That's how small they are. But considering their size, it actually looks really good. Really like the little hair detail parts. I think that her hair and the neck area is actually one of my favorite parts of the plush. It's really detailed and really captured her head area very well. The overall expression has really captured Thorn Rose's character really well. And the rest of her looks pretty good too, you know? I don't, like I said, except her shoe part, I really wish they did a little bit of better job on it, but like I said, it's cheap, but you can't expect too much. It's not GE, so you can't expect high quality on this one. But for what it is, it's actually a really good plush. Of course, it's a keychain, so if you want to hang it on your book bag or closet or somewhere that has a hanger, you can do that. It's clip-on, it's called clip-on plush toy, so you can clip it on somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, this is a really good plush, guys. I really recommend buying, really recommend buying her if you want a little keychain to hang it up somewhere or just take it with you, since smaller Sonic plush toys are easy to carry around, outside compared to 12 to 13-inch or bigger plush toys. Trust me, I record these videos outside. Smaller plush toys is definitely a bit easier to record compared to the bigger ones. So if you want to take this plush around outside or just hang it somewhere, this is really good to do so. I'm planning on, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get all of the collections, but I am planning on getting the Prime Sonic one. Specifically the one from New York City. I really want that one. I think that Sonic plush keychain looks pretty cool. The expressions, it kind of varies. Some of them do smile, but others kind of, like I said, has that blank expression again. Yeah, I think I plan on just getting Prime Sonic and just having Thorn Rose. Those are the only two really plush toys I want from the set. But yeah, if you want to pick it up, you can get it from Target, Walmart. They haven't stocked it in early on, like around July. I think just now they're starting to stock more keychains and plush toys in the US. I know some people got it from Target early on, but they haven't really stocked it everywhere yet. But yeah, you can buy it for like $7 or maybe up to at most $14, but it's pretty cheap. Pretty certain this plush is definitely in that set. So if you want all of the keychain toys, you can go from Target. Go get Target and Walmart and everything. So yeah, guys, this is a Thorn Rose review. Tell me in the comments what you think about this plush. In my opinion, it looks really nice. One of the best out of the set. Along with maybe Sonic and maybe the Dr. Eggman, but this is one of my favorites of the set. I haven't got the whole set yet, but I just wanted Sonic. That's it. Let me know what you think about the Thorn Rose plush from PMI. I think PMI did a pretty good job on these keychain plush toys considering the budget and size of these guys. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this review of Thorn Rose. See you later. It's Super Magic 64 out.